very therapeutic in the sense that I almost visualize washing away the negativity. Like, I like to do that when I shower. It's almost a way of like cleansing, which I know sounds a little bit crazy.
This is Edith.
Hey.
As you remember, we did that previous video. She gave us so many wonderful nuggets of wisdom, and I hope that these are all things that you're able to apply into your daily life. But we wanted to take it a step further, and we wanted to kind of give you a few more tips that she uses to practice self-love in her daily life, or not even on a daily, but just practice self-love.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you do once you need to recenter yourself, kind of come back to honoring you and loving you?
For sure, this is actually the perfect example. So being out in nature is probably one of the best ways that I can like recenter, because for me, I'm in my head a lot. So it's a good way to just kind of just shut out the noise in a sense and just focus on what's outside, especially like the trees and like the wind. So I love being out. So sometimes I'll just, even if it's just going to like a park or something, and okay, so there's a fly, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
just being,
nature.
I'm not
It's
just being
nature.
crazy. But so something like that is usually the beginning of like where I want to recenter and start over.
Okay. And is there any other things that you do maybe throughout the week to kind of bring you back to center?
Yeah. So usually I start with that. It's just wherever it is that I can be alone. So if I'm not able to go outside, let's say randomly it's a rainy day in California. So if I couldn't go outside, I would just stay inside and I would like write. So I like to journal. So like that's another thing that I like to do. Really like that. I think that's really important for anybody, honestly, because it gets the thoughts you have in your head out so that you're able to think more clearly. At least for me, that's what it does. And I know for a lot of people, they say it's very therapeutic. So that's what I like to do for myself, especially if I'm angry or if I'm like upset or if I just don't understand what it is that I'm feeling sometimes. Like before I figure it out, like sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna go write for a little bit and I'll be right back, and then I'll just like write it down and then just let it all out, and then that's also cool too, because you can go back and you reflect.
Yeah.
And that's important.
I think that writing is a great way to flow and just to allow your thoughts to hit paper, and like you were saying, after you're done writing, kind of going back over it, reading it and reflecting on it, just to be like, oh, so that's what I was really feeling.
yeah, because sometimes you go back and you're like, oh, you see it more clearly. Like where in that moment you might not, and you go back and you're like, I knew exactly what I was feeling in that moment and I know why. And it just makes more sense sometimes. So I really like to do that. And on the topic of writing, what really helps me a lot and what I would suggest to you guys, if you guys can, or even if you guys maybe want to write in the comments, I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe writing.
Go ahead.
I like to keep a gratitude journal. So if you want to write down, like, comment what you're grateful for, I'm sure Mimi would love that. We would want to hear that. That'd be awesome. But for me, I like to do that. If I'm not able to keep it up daily, I do it at least like whenever I remember. But it's really helpful when you do it like at least once a day. I used to do it twice a day, and I know like when I did it twice a day, like I was like, woo, I'm so happy all the time. Like it was great. So it really, really, they say gratitude is the best attitude. I know it's super cliche, but really it helps me a lot, and I think it just really puts things into perspective.
I completely, totally agree. Well, if you want to attract more into your life, you have to be grateful for what you currently have, and there's no better way to practice that is by being grateful and doing a gratitude list.
Yeah.
So I totally, completely agree with that and love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Showers. I mean, I know everybody likes to shower, but like showers are sacred for me sometimes. Like the days that I get to wash my hair, it's like my boyfriend already knows. He's like, nah, I'll leave you alone. like it's for you. And it is, like, for me, it's very therapeutic in the sense that I almost visualize washing away the negativity. Like I like to do that when I shower. It's almost a way of like cleansing, which I know sounds a little bit crazy, but it really does feel like afterwards, like I've taken all the gunk off almost like symbolically, but in my head, it just makes me feel like I've just removed all the unnecessary things I don't need. So I like to do that a lot when I shower.
I actually never.
And because I do that every day, so it's like you do it every day.
Yeah.
So you keep it current.
Huh, that's interesting. I've never actually considered that. You know, I normally I'm in the shower, I've got to get ready, got to go. And I've never taken the time to be like, you know what, let me wash away the gunk of the day. Let me wash away the negative energies from the day. So that's pretty cool.
I think it's also because when I work in the salon, I literally get like hair on me from like cutting hair. So I'm like literally washing away. And sometimes people's energies do stick to you. Like sometimes I've been in the salon with somebody and they're like, you know, going through a hard time or they're depressed or something, and I go home and then I feel like a certain way and I'm like, why do I feel like this? I was feeling fine earlier, and then all of a sudden I start feeling sad and I want to cry and I'm like, this is not me. Like, and I'll go and that's how I got the idea where I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower and wash this away because this feels like all this energy's on me, and like literal hair, which is energy as well. So I'm like, I need to wash it off. So now I do that all the time, and like every time I get in the shower, so I'm like, reset.
That's pretty cool. I will use that one. Is there any other tips or any other self-love tips that you might want? So another thing that I think is really helpful for me when I'm, say, not in the mood to do any of those things. Sometimes you don't, like sometimes I'm just like, no, I don't want to be alone in my thoughts. With my thoughts, I just want to like sweat it out or something. So or like I'll listen to music. So I love music, whether it's like listening to it, singing to it just for fun, or like dancing to it. Music is like, it's so healing, especially if it's uplifting. So I'll try to listen to, so I actually have a list of songs. I have a list of songs which are like, I have a list of songs, so I kind of already have it ready for whenever it is. So I have different lists. So if you see my playlist on Spotify, it's ridiculous. So I have like a happy songs list and like a calm down list, or like I have a like relaxation music, you know, so I could do that when I'm taking a bath or something. So I have different lists, so I have like, I'm ready with the tools that I need when I can't think rationally, I guess. When in that moment I think like I can't think of this or whatever because you're too busy, or you just can't because you're not in that state of mind, I have the ammo ready for me to be like, ooh, let's lift you back up, or like, let's get in a happy mood, or like, I have a list called Strength, which is just a bunch of songs that are really like uplifting, or that really get me in the mood where I'm like, get into my goddess energy. I have a list like that. So and for everybody it's different, so I wouldn't even suggest anything, but those are the songs that for me, when I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah, that song makes me want to kick ass. Like so I would suggest that too. I don't know. That's a good one. I have something similar too, where, you know, I love to dance. Like, I love to dance. So I have my salsa playlist where it's like, okay, I need to get into my Latin flavor, my fire. So I go ahead and listen to that. Or when I go work out, I have a different playlist. Or when I just need to chill out, no noise, but just have something to bring me back down, I have like my meditation playlist. Cool. So
I gotta ask,
what's up?
When you have your meditation music, do you like it to just be sound, or do you like a guided meditation?
When I actually meditate, I like guided meditations. When I have something just to kind of help bring me back to center while I'm doing other stuff, then I like what is it, those like the sound bowls? The sound bowls, the gongs, the river, the ocean. That's what I like.
I only ask because I always think that too. I'm like, should I listen to a guided, or like, sometimes I don't want to though. And I'm just like, no, I just want to listen to the music and just be. And I think that's why like the shower is a good place to do something like that, or the bath. Like the other day I took a bubble bath.
Oh, I love baths.
I took a bubble bath for like the first time in like years, and that's what I did. I just put some like music on and like lit some candles, and I was like, this is me time. So me time.
Yes.
Me time.
Yes.
is so important for like refocusing, and that could be anything that you just enjoy that's like indulging. Like for me, like sometimes it's that, sometimes it's watching like a couple episodes of Charmed and eating pho.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like that's like I just
See, this is why she's my soul sister.
Exactly. Like I'm just gonna watch one episode, and then I'm like 3 episodes and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, it's been really bad for me. But okay, so talking back about me time, indulgence, what I like to do, I also love taking baths. But okay, so for you too, Lush. Have you gone to Lush? No. Their what is it? Bath bombs are so good. I ended up I went for the first time, used one, and I literally felt like I was swimming in warm oils.
Oh.
Like I was just like, ooh.
You felt all slippery?
Yeah, no, but like good. Like I felt like it was luxurious, and I felt good, and I felt like it was like a really nice, like,
I think I'm starting to feel the feeling that you're talking about. Like it's like smooth, like gliding. Okay, yeah.
And so like I said, really like warm essential oils, where like it was just so like I felt so good, because I also did the candles. I had the soft meditation music in the background. I was connected with Source.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was feeling so good.
That's like today when I was taking a shower before I got here. So we have the bathroom, or I just moved into this new place, and the bathroom that we have there gets light from the outside. So
Source.
Every time I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like I feel like it, and it's coming like almost directly from where the shower head is.
Yeah,
so it feels even
like
more
so.
Yeah, so it feels more like, ooh, this light washing away all this stuff.
That is
like
amazing.
It's intense. It's cool.
Yes.
It's so cool.
So guys, is there anything else?
That's all I can think of right now.
So I really hope you enjoyed this.
Laughing. That's so laughing is for sure. I would say that's so like spending time with people who make me laugh, being around people who I laugh with, people who we could just flow with, like family, friends. Like we've been friends for a long time, so
since high school, guys.
For sure.
It's been over 10 years.
Yeah. So spending time with people you can just be completely yourself with, I think, like if there's ever times where it's like really hard to be alone and you don't feel that love for yourself, because sometimes you need a little bit of help. Like that's another thing, and I almost forgot about that, is that sometimes it's like there are moments where even when I'm doing all those things on this list that we talked about, sometimes there's a moment where I need a little bit of help from other people, outside source, your community, you know, the people that you love and the people that you connect with. And so that's the time when I call up like my sister, or I spend time with my family or my brothers, my siblings, my friends, people that I just feel like I could be completely myself with, you know, people that I love, you know, anybody who's close to me that I feel like I could just be completely open with. Like it's like liberating, because then you could just be like, oh, you know, I could just be me.
And I think it's also great because you get to step outside of your head and you get to connect with that person.
Yeah.
So, and even if you are in your head, you're at least verbalizing it to someone that can have a different perspective, give you a different view on it, and maybe help you see what you weren't able to see.
Yeah, that's true. Because I know that's happened a lot too, where it's like I'll talk to my friend Steve or to you, or we're talking about it, and then all of a sudden it like makes sense, or I'm figuring it out as I'm talking about it. So that definitely helps if there's like ever an issue, but also just like you said, kind of being out of your head and like not actually thinking about it, but instead thinking about the things you're grateful for, like the family or the people that you love, you know.
Or food.
I love food.
Yeah, we connect over food.
We love food. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope that some of the stuff that we talked about today are things that you can incorporate into your life to bring in a little bit more of that self-love and focus inward, because this is the one saying that I've been holding on to forever, is that you can't love the world unless you learn how to love yourself. And learning how to love yourself is key for anything that you want to create in the world. So until next time, sending you my love. I'll see you soon. Bye.